let's do it like this. If you love Jesus, let me hear you make some noise. Stand out here so you guys can see me. All right, so we don't have a lot of time this morning, so I want to get right into it. But first, let's make some noise about how warm it is this morning, because it's been freezing. I moved from Alabama to Atlanta. They said it was hot Atlanta, but it's felt more like cold Atlanta lately. So I'm glad that today is a more warm morning. So I just want to jump right into it. The word says that bad company corrupts good manners, right? Bad company corrupts good manners. So if that is true, that means that elevation requires separation. Repeat after me. Elevation requires separation. So I want to share this story with you, right? So there's this baby eagle. There's this baby eagle and this grown-up chicken. Baby eagle and a grown-up chicken. They're sitting in the yard, they're chatting it up, they're chopping up, having a conversation, and then all of a sudden, swoosh, this big eagle flies across the sky. The baby eagle looks up, he says, "What's that?" The chicken replies, "That's an eagle, the most majestic animal in the animal kingdom." He says, "Wow, that animal is beautiful. I want to fly high like that. I want to be like that bird right there in the sky." He looks over the chicken, he asks him, he says, "Do you think I can be like the eagle one day?" The chicken looks over at the baby eagle and replies with, "Nah. What you got to understand is that he's not only the most majestic animal in the animal kingdom, but he's the bird of the sky. He knows all, he sees all. But me and you, we're just the birds of the dust." And don't you guys know that that baby eagle grew up his whole life believing that it was a chicken. So the baby eagle grew up his whole life believing that it was a chicken, all because it was connected to the wrong person, to the wrong animal. Me personally, what I don't understand is this. Why would you ask someone that's not doing what you want to do how to do it? Right? Sometimes, right, fellas, maybe you got a homeboy named Paul, and you're like, "Man, Paul, I'm failing this class. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pass this class." Well, Paul has 4 D's and 1 F. Why do you keep asking Paul, what do you need to do? Or to my ladies, maybe you have a friend, I'm just using a hypothetical name by the name of Hannah, and you're like, "Hannah, girl, he just keep doing me wrong. I just don't know where I'm going to go with this situation, this relationship." But Hannah has had 4 boyfriends in the last 2 months. So the question is, why do we connect to people? Why do we connect to people who can't help us fly high? Guys, what I see in this room today are a bunch of eagles. I see a bunch of eagles. But the thing is if we spend time around chickens, we spend time connected to the wrong people, we'll never fly high, right? Because elevation requires separation. I don't know where you spend your time at. I don't know the things that you do or the people that you hang around. And I know nobody in this room is perfect. And you may not be a horrible person or doing a whole lot of bad things, but I think if we all stop and evaluate our lives, we can admit there's probably someone that we probably need to separate ourselves from a little bit, right? There are maybe some things we need to separate ourselves from a little bit. But a lot of times we don't know how to separate ourselves because we don't ask the right question. The question is that thing, is that place, is that person, is it pushing you into your purpose or is it pulling you out of your purpose? Is it helping you or is it hurting you? There's no middle ground. There's no neutral area. Either it's taking you where you want to go or what we say the word was elevate, right? It's elevating you or it's bringing you down. Many times we don't have a vision for our life. In other words, we don't know God's plan. Therefore, we go anywhere, we do anything. We just kind of are confused. We're just on this journey without a GPS. And let me tell you something about coming from Alabama to Atlanta. I don't know how to get anywhere without a GPS. In life, if we don't know God's plan, we won't know where to go. Guys, this song came out, right, called God's Plan. It's written by Drake. It was crazy. It was a phenomenon. The song went crazy. I don't know if you guys know, the song didn't just go platinum. It didn't just go double platinum, triple platinum. Recently, this week, the song went diamond. It went diamond. 10 million units sold. That's a huge deal. Mr. Drizzy Drake did it again. What a surprise, right? But you know what bothers me is that as many people were singing God's plan, it was being played in your car, in your headphones, in churches and schools, probably even in clubs, wherever it was being played. What bothered me is that I'm pretty sure that about 80% of everybody singing the song doesn't even know God's plan for their life. Do you just know the song God's plan? Or do you actually know God's plan for your life? Do you just sing, do you know the lyrics to God's plan? Or do you actually know the words that God has written down for your life? Do you just know Drake, the person that wrote the song God's Plan? Or do you know God? who wrote the plan for your life. When we know God's plan for our life, then we can go places that we've never been before. But if we truly want to elevate, we have to be willing to separate. So the first thing is elevation requires separation. The second thing that I want you guys to remember today is that God is the plug. Stay connected. Say it with me. God is the plug.
God is the plug.
Stay connected.
Stay connected.
And I know some of you in this room right now, you're like, what is plug? What's a plug? How is God a plug? Let me quickly break that down for you. Plug is simply someone you go to for what you need. Maybe you have a shoe plug. If you're a sneakerhead, right? Any sneakerheads in the room? Not many. We have one or two. You know what I'm talking about. You got to find someone who can connect you with the shoes you want. Maybe in class, there's a candy plug. Because you're sitting there all day and you're like, man, lunchtime is not coming fast enough. I need something to eat. Or maybe you're like me and this morning you needed a Starbucks plug because it's quite early and it's still dark outside. The bottom line is the plug is who you go to for what you need. But let me tell you, I don't care if it's candy, if it's lunch, if it's food, if it's shoes, there's no plug bigger than God. Because God is your supplier, God is your provider, God is the one that you go to for every single thing you need. There's nothing that God can't supply you with. You got a hurt foot? God got it. You need some money? God got it. Having some family issues? God got it. Say it with me. Say, God got it.
God got it.
God got it.
God got it.
God got it. It's nothing He can't do. He can do anything you need, but the thing is a lot of times we're not connected to Him. See, there's no question if God has it. The question is, are we connected to Him? God is so good that sometimes we're not even connected to Him, and He still does for us. Truthfully, it's not even a sometimes thing, because there are people in this room right now, and definitely people throughout this world who aren't connected to Him, and God keeps waking them up every single morning, because He's that good of a God. But I don't just want you to wake up in the morning. I don't just want you to just, kumbaya, my Lord. I want you to dive so deep with the Lord that you know Him on the highest or the most personal levels, that you feel His presence every single day, that you walk throughout your school in Norcross High shining bright like a diamond. Shout out to Rihanna. Because when you understand that God is the plug, God is the source, God is the one that can just change your whole life, then and only then will you not only get connected, but you will stay connected and you will reflect God everywhere you go. Guys, today, I want to challenge you to be someone that you've never been before. If you are level 2 in your relationship with Christ, I want to challenge you to go to level 4. If you're level 4, I want to challenge you to go to level 6. If you're level 6, I want to challenge you to go to level 8. I don't know where you are in your relationship with Christ. Maybe you're in here today and you're like, I just came for the food. I don't even know God. Perfect. I'm glad that you came. But there's no question to me if God can change your situation. Whoever you are in this room today, maybe you're having problems at home. Maybe you're experiencing some issues with your parents. Maybe you're having some issues in the classroom with some friends. Maybe you're having some problems in a relationship, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a guy you like, a girl you like. Maybe you're having some issues with just a friend, right? Maybe you're having some health issues. Or maybe on the other side of the fence, you may be a person who's just saying, I'm not really dealing with a whole lot of that. I just don't know who I am. I don't know what the dream is inside of me. I don't know what my purpose is. But then we come back to the other side and I say, or maybe you're the person that's dealing with suicidal thoughts, self-harm. Maybe you have an alcohol issue or a drug issue.